Sweden has a massive history in the world of motocross. Of course, 8 of the first 9 World Championships were won by Swedish riders, including original Uddevalla winners Bill Nilsson, Sten Lundin, Rolf Tiplin and Torsten Holman. So Sweden really did start the path on World Championship motocross success in the 1950s and 60s. Then from there, of course, they became intrinsically linked with Yamaha. So Håkan Andersson took Yamaha's first world title in 1973. And then, of course, who can forget the legend that is Håkan Karlqvist, who won the 1983 500 world title for Yamaha. So that continued into the 1990s and 2000s with Peter Johansson, who was one of the first to campaign the 4-stroke Yamaha machine. But since 1994, the Swedes haven't had a world champion. That was Marcus Hansson in 1994. Isak Gifting has been trying to reignite the torch, and last year he was absolutely heroic, of course. Who can forget that? He made the entire place shake with his moves at the end of the race, and that will guarantee a great turnout for the MXGP of Sweden this weekend. Who knows what Isak can bring? Who knows what the crowd will do? But for sure, it's going to be a noisy one.
Since Kemiya took over the reins of the factory MXGP Yamaha program, one of their biggest ambitions was to get a Premier Class World Championship title to go with the MX2 crown they won with Maxime Renaux in 2021. Since then, they've kept Maxime on the team, but in 2026, they've made a major statement by signing 5-time world champion Tim Gajser. Now, this year we have seen moments of brilliance from Tim, but it's also been very much the rocky road.
So far the season went, let's say, up and down, you know, some good moments, but also some bad moments. But yeah, overall, definitely not where we want it to be. But still, you know, learning, still testing a lot, you know, trying different things. But yeah, overall, I'm sitting, I think, on 4th or 3rd place overall. I feel like it's not that bad where I am, considering that I don't feel that comfortable on it, you know, on the bike, on the tracks. I feel like slowly we start to see the light on the end of the tunnel. We did many things with the team, so yeah, huge thank you to the team, you know, because we really test a lot and change many things on the bike, but slowly I start to feel better and better. It's true that we are going towards the end. We just have another 4 GPs to go. But yeah, we will try to give our best and try to finish the season on a high note. That's the goal.
Actually, you know, like everybody knows, Tim starts quite late on the bike because he can ride the bike only in beginning of year, so it takes a little bit time to adjust the bike and to stay comfortable on the bike and to try a few things. We try to do all the best till the end of the season to achieve our goal and to stay in the front. Yeah, and he showed already a few times, so he can stay there. So, and he's one of the guy faster on the track. So we are really happy about that. About Maxime, we start the normal program with him. Unfortunately, after Sardinia, he have a problem with the virus, and still recovery a lot. And he's still struggling a lot. And but you know, everybody know he's a fighter, and he want to show his potential.
This season has been not the easiest. Struggled a lot with some health issues. A virus put me quite down for a fair pair of months, a bit more than 2 months and a half. So now we start to come out of it, and yeah, the virus is going better. Sunday night, I don't go to sleep until I haven't seen both motos and evaluate and look everything out. You know, I want to do it while it's still hot in my head, let's say, and I want to really analyze, because otherwise I can't find sleep. So especially in these tough moments, you know, when the performance is not on the level I consider myself I should do, it's even more important for me to look and analyze and see what the others are doing, which I'm not, and try to just take as much information, because I'm definitely not made to be in the middle of the pack like this, and it kills me when I go home in the night and finish 2 times barely in the top 10. So yeah, I try my best, give everything I have with what I have for the moment, and definitely looking forward to bounce back and be back on my best days.
Hurlings who leads the way. Gajser out of 5th place. He is definitely just riding on a different planet at the moment. Fefra is going to be frustrated, but this time he gets down the inside. He knows he can make this pass stick, but guess what? Adamo's going to come back. He can't quite square off quick enough or efficiently enough. Into the finish line, Jeffrey Hurlings wins race 1 here in Uddevalla.
I felt really good. All the sessions, Saturday, quali race, everything went really good. And then, if I remember correctly, like first moto didn't have the best jump out of the gate, so I was a bit further in the pack. I was like 7th, I think, or 8th. I managed to make some good passes on the beginning and then make a couple of mistakes. I feel like I was a little bit too aggressive, and then, yeah, it cost me, so I crashed. So I finished 9th. Yeah, again, definitely not where we want to be, but I felt like the speed was good, but the result didn't really show.
Not the easiest first race. Had a bad start, maybe around 10, I think. 10, 12, and then I did a good first couple corners, so I was straight away in the top 10, and then yeah, nothing was happening in the race. Like the track was quite single line, So I did what I could. I passed 1 or 2 guys in the beginning, and then that's it. I stayed where I was. Tim made a mistake, so I could pass him also. But then it was just, except I think Jeffrey maybe put a little gap. I didn't saw him, so I maybe put a gap. But with the second guy, like Jonas, we were all the time, same speed. So we just
it was like a second group.
Yeah, just need to get a start, you know. Was okay. They were a bit far because I started bad, but then the gap was always staying the same. So really need the start because all the guys are fast, same speed now, and it's super important.
Yeah.
Will begin his ride by Håkan Lehmann, in board member.
Set 2 gates for Herlings and Vial, but this time around, Roman Febvre sneaks up the inside. We've got riders down, Gifting out in the outside there, it looked like, in the barriers. But it's Febvre who leads the way, and he may have grabbed that foxhole shot as well. Gajser there in second, Herlings bullish as he jumps back up into second position. Does not want to give daylight to the 5-time champ. Febvre looking to try and lead here on the opening lap, but very quickly get caught there by Jeffrey Herlings. Makes light work of the defending champion, who's now in danger of being pushed back to third as Gajser gets around the outside. He's going to get better drive uphill here. Can't quite find his way through. And Febvre on the ropes early here at the start of race 2 as Herlings looks to disappear early.
So second race, I had a little better start, but I made a mistake in the second corner and didn't fructify from that good start. Towards the end, as I was a bit like rolling out of that moto, Kevin Hogmo was coming back strong. He passed me, and then it was like a bit of a wake-up call. We had a great battle on the last 2 laps. Unfortunately, the race got red flagged. And I passed him on the last lap, but in the rules you take the lap before when it's red flagged. So in the end he finished in front of me. It was nice to have a good battle, and definitely enjoyed that one. So it was bringing a bit of spice to the races.
Third overall then for Tom Vial, of course, another visit to the podium for the Frenchman in his rookie season. Obviously felt comfortable in the hard pack conditions, but things were going in the right direction for the former 2-time world champion. Roman Febvre looked like he was really going to start to challenge Jeffrey at the start of one of those races as well, but he just left that door open. Jeffrey snuck up the inside, and from there Roman was really just kind of playing catch-up. I was talking to Antti Pyränen before the start of the weekend, and he was saying even if we don't win the championship and it's second or third, it's still a very good season for Kawasaki. So another visit to the podium maybe just solidifies that. But all in all, a good weekend for the boys in green. Jeffrey Herlings, coming into Sweden, had never won a Grand Prix in MXGP. He'd won 2 previously in MX2, but at the same time, he'd never won a race in the Premier Class either, which is hard to believe. Well, this weekend he changed all of that. He went 1-1, as well as winning the qualifying race on Saturday. And with a gap now of 116 points, he can't quite clinch the championship at home in Arnhem the next round, but he can do that in Turkey if all goes well at his home Grand Prix and, of course, in Turkey. So that 6th title now for Jeffrey Herlings getting closer. It's just down to him now not to mess up and try to bring it home. But a good weekend here in Sweden for the Bullets.
super pumped. I think it's my 4th win in a row now, number 9 of the season. So yeah, I hope this train keeps going, and hope to do the same thing next weekend at home. It's going to be an intense GP. You know, I got a lot of family, friends coming, and you know, we only got one home GP a year, so definitely looking forward to it. But coming back to this weekend, it's super, and yeah, like I said, I want to do the same thing next weekend.
Alltså fy fan, jag skriver, jag kunde inte, jag stod bara och kollade rätt på bilden. När vi gick in, gick jag och kollade rätt.
Yeah, it's been for sure. It's been a pity because he got this injury just a couple of weeks before the season starts. And so for us it's been very long to just be here without him. And yeah, it was just simply so good to have him back in Foxhill and slowly building up until the Swedish GP. Of course, he was not this 100%. He was riding calm, he was keeping it nice all the weekend. The first moto he came out okay, but in the second moto he ended up on the fence. So yeah, it just made our weekend more difficult, but still, it was still good to have such a big support from the fans as always after last year. Pressure mostly were coming from outside. On our side we always focus on his progress because we knew what he's coming from and we know how hard he needed to work to get back to where he is now. So our focus was always to take a step in the right direction from the past GP. Of course, the fans always going crazy after what he did, and always also on social media, on everything, it brings back those memories. But yeah, we need to be realistic. Those guys are fully fit and racing since March, so yeah, he still miss some pieces to the puzzle that we will try to figure it out in the last races of the season.
Guillaume Frez looked like the favourite heading into the Swedish hard-packed track because he's been so strong on similar terrains throughout the season. However, an early crash in the qualifying race put Guillaume to the back of the pack, and it only got worse from there.
Perez, he gets all the work done and he tips over and hands the advantage to the guy that's chasing him down in the championship. This is it, Perez. Oh. The rider goes down, Perez has nowhere to go and comes down hard on his back and on his head.
The qualifying race was won by Simon Langenfelder, which means now he's won more on the Saturday than what he did in his title season. With a fantastic podium record in Uddevalla, things were looking good for the German heading into the Sunday's races. However, MX2 have plenty more surprises in store.
As the 5-second board turns, who's it going to be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot? So Kunin leading the way, trying to make a break for it. Everts is closing again on Sasha Kunin. That gap still hovering around about a second. Kept Langenfelder at bay, but not much longer because Langenfelder, as we charge back in the opposite direction, finally moves his way into 5th position. There's your first 4, and the gap between them, 2 seconds, pretty much. Race, Lear's just running wide. Camden McClellan sneaking up the inside, moves into that 3rd place. Jumped long, out-jumped himself, didn't have time to hit the binders, went straight over the berm. Out of the final turn, Sasha Kunin uphill for the final time. He takes the checkered flag. After the MX2 qualifying race, I don't think anybody really had Sasha Kunin as becoming a race winner or a Grand Prix winner potentially in Sweden. So what he did in race 1 was absolutely fascinating. Got a fantastic start, whole shot, and from there nobody really saw him. Didn't make any mistakes on what was a tricky racetrack to sort of negotiate and get yourself around. It was unpredictable, it was edgy, it was slick, all those things. It was quite dry, and even when they watered it, it was quite slick as well. So for him to maintain his composure and kind of get that win, and let's not forget, he's not won a race since race 2 in Latvia when he won all 3 races that weekend. So we're talking a while now between sort of race drinks, if you like. But great to see Sasha Kunin back on top, winning that race. And I guess the big question was, could he do it again in race 2? And it is Sasha Kunin once again. And Kai Carsmakers will capitalise here. He gets alongside him on that Dixon Racing Kawasaki. And they go bar to bar. And the 33 of Carsmakers, he comes off worst in that 5th position. He goes down. More like Guillaume Perez that we're used to seeing. He cuts to the inside of Jonas Reiselis, and he finds his way there into that 5th place. .3 seconds now the gap between Kunin and Evans. Still got his teammate right there, and even despite that mistake, that gap is still 1.9 seconds, and he loses the back end, comes around on him. Fortunately for him, he's got about 20 seconds over Simon Langenfelder.
After looking like he'd been through a boxing match rather than a motocross race, Guillaume Perez bounced back brilliantly on the Sunday's races. He put together an impressive day, salvaging 4th overall. And that was definitely the damage limitation he needed for his championship fight.
So Camden McClellan then, 3rd overall this weekend in Uddevalla. Again, didn't make the best starts, but was always having a fight through to sort of get to those positions. 2 3s on the weekend for the number 8. That's a massive step in the right direction for him. Was that like 9-10 podiums now over the last or over the course of the season? That is huge for the British manufacturer, but a good weekend for Cam. It was a welcome return to the podium for Liam Everts as well. 2 second-place finishes. He probably would have felt that he could have won the GP as well. The speed was there, but again, he just came up against a very stubborn opponent who managed to bag a couple of hole shots in the form of Sasha Kunin. You never know with Liam Everts. It could be just that flick of the switch that he needs just to sort of become a regular visitor to the podium for the next few rounds. First victory since Montevarchi, but perfect timing as well for the number 19 because he capitalised on the misfortunes of the championship leader, number 99, Guillaume Perez. Perez was very lucky to be able to race in the first place anyway, so his was a case of damage limitation. But for Sasha Kunin, championship is very much back on track for him after a few weeks where that title looked like it was just slipping further and further away. Perez, lucky to get points. Sasha Kunin, fantastic 1-1. Great bounce back ability, that is a word, here this weekend in Sweden.